Hi. As you all already know, I am spiritually Naima, known to many as Mother Wisdom Tree. Hello? What a beautiful day. The sun is shining. Those clouds look a little bit more natural to me, but I still believe they are pumped out of a nuclear plant and factory plants. Hey, everybody. Hey, Chris Canay. Hey, Keith. Hey, Ashley. Hey, St. Anne. How are you? I'm back. Boss ladies, let's talk. Let's talk. Don't be the bait. Don't be the bait. But I just want to be random. I'm just going to talk about a little bit of everything. Whatever comes to my mind, and then I'll get to the title. Y'all don't mind, do you? Need to walk. Y'all look at my little snowball tree. Ain't it pretty? Look at it. It is huge. This thing was only 2 feet tall 2 years ago. And it proliferated into all of this. What a sight to see. God is laughing. God is laughing. Isn't it wonderful that God is laughing? This means God is laughing. That's what Della Reese said in that movie. I forgot the name of the movie. She said, but when things start to bloom, when flowers bloom, that's God laughing. I like that. Yeah, what y'all been up to? Hello, everything love. Hey, Christy. Hey, Deck Boy TV. I hadn't seen you in a minute. Hey, Candy. Hey, Rosemary and Sean and Amethyst. How y'all doing? Look, when Rosemary, do you know I put rosemary on my chicken? My chicken is in there baking right now. I put rosemary on it. I love rosemary in my food. It gives it a very pleasant taste. And you know, it's got its spiritual properties too. And it's cleansing properties. So, you know, and rosemary also do some other things, but we're not going to talk about it because we got to remember some of our enemies are watching. And we don't want to give them any tips at all. Did y'all get a chance to go with me to the river? And hey, look, y'all make sure, if y'all don't mind, check to see if I'm doing videos because the sun is in a strange position. Usually it's lit up on this side right here in this time of the evening. And that is kind of strange. Maybe because the trees are filling out now. The leaves are filling out on the trees. That's probably what it is. But I'm used to the street being lit up this time of evening. Keep an eye on the sky, okay? That's where all the information is. Think about it. That's the reason why they keep it cloudy at night. I got a chance to read the skies last night. It was beautiful. Some wonderful, great things are coming up for the witches. Hello? I see some other things crumbling and not going in the favor of the elitists. And that ain't good. We need to be having some plans together, witches, okay? But I read the skies yesterday. I can understand them pumping the clouds out up in the daytime because they're trying to obscure the sun. Because it's going to be hot as hell this summer. So I can understand that. But why are you covering the skies? Is it something up there you don't want us to see? Read the skies as much as you possibly can. Look at the position of the sun. Take a record of it. Pay close attention to it. Let the sun kiss your skin. It's got information in it, okay? Right right now I am getting my downloads. My dreadlocks is going to absorb this. Why do you think you see people at the ocean and they lie down? A lot of folks say, oh, they're getting tans and stuff like that. But no, not necessarily. Some people getting the information. And they get down there and just, I mean, and we don't really supposed to have no clothes on. I'm supposed to be out here right now with nothing on so that I can get all of the information from my breast all the way down. I mean, we're from the head to the toe. Everything is supposed to be exposed to the sun. And we're supposed to be outside really until the sun goes down. Did y'all know that? The houses are really actually making us old, and they're killing us. Houses and buildings and stuff, because we're trapped in unventilated areas. We're just trapped, and we're breathing all kind of gases that are not good for us, radon gases and all kind of stuff. And that's why all our cancers and stuff like that are. Did y'all know that? That's what's making us sick, a lack of this. This is where this is come from. This will give you all of the information you need to just about get rid of most of your dis-ease. Because not only it's going to give you your immune system information, it's going to give your mind, body, and soul information as to how to what? Care for yourself and take care of your needs. It's going to get this right. Because the sicknesses all start here, right here up in your head. Just the way you think and the way you perceive life itself. My problems have come from here. My perception on the world. Sometimes feeling like somebody's out. Why every time I turn around, this is happening and this is happening and that is happening. You see what I'm saying? It's just the universe. The universe continuously give us information over and over again until we get the lesson right. But I don't even have to talk to y'all about that because y'all are pretty advanced. Y'all already know about that. But this information will help people who may not be showing up until the next 6 months. And they may be in that place and they need the information. Because there's some people on their way to this place to get fed. Not only by me, but the chat room. Because the chat room is very important too. Because people, you know, have information in the chat room that they can read. So know that the world is not out to get us. The world is here to teach us. People come into our lives to teach us. So that's why we got to pay good attention to what people say. And you got to be able to address it the right way. And I always know things come in patterns. Remember I told y'all everything comes in a pattern? Just, I pay close attention to that. I just know everything comes to me in twos. I guess the second time is the time that I get it right. And then it just ceases to exist. And then it just doesn't. But I noticed something. Like for the last month, I saw something. I was sitting in a restaurant eating, and a hitchhiker came along with a backpack on and asked me did I want any of their food. They were eating fish, and that was nice of them, but I wouldn't necessarily want to eat off of someone's plate like that, and I didn't know them. You know what I'm saying? And he I knew something. I said, okay, it's something in this. Because, you know, I just treat it like that. Everybody who comes to me, I just don't think it's random or coincidental. I always see every person that comes to me as an opportunity to learn and to grow. Because at one time, I used to get very defensive. Very, very defensive. I mean, all the way up until last year, I was so defensive when somebody showed up. I'm like, you they want to start something. You know what I'm saying? And so I was always on the attack and everything. And I had to change everything about myself, my whole makeup. And I started, when I ain't talking about makeup on the face, I'm talking about, all of these different things that make me who I am, my experiences and stuff like that. And then I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? That shit ain't work. Now you 51 and none of that worked for you. So it's time to find another way, you know. You can scream at people, yell at people, you can do whatever you want. But guess what? The universe can see it as being entertaining. So that wasn't working. So I decided that I needed to revamp my whole entire way I respond to the universe. You know what I'm saying? So now I see it like this. The fact that I see it like this, okay, so they're trying to show me that I got some unresolved issues. You understand? That I have not been able to, reconcile with and everything. And I know that I don't have that much time to sit around and pussyfoot around with life. You know what I'm saying? I just don't, it's not available to me. And we got to always see life like that. I don't care how old you are. You know what I'm saying? You could be 15, 20. You got to you got to live your life as if though, you know what I'm saying, this may just be your last day on the planet and everything. And then you'll see that you'll tend to want to use your time here more resourcefully, so that's why I say things like that. So I decided that when somebody come to me, whether I feel like they're coming at me or they're coming for me, I am going to learn from the experience. I'm going to see each person as a teacher. So, but it was just odd that I saw this man come to me because at first, let me tell you what I was thinking. All of a sudden, when I turned 50, I started to see things like this. Let me give you an idea. It's just at 50, really I just didn't see life the same anymore at 50. And I guess you got to turn 50 to kind of get an idea for what I'm talking about. Well, you may turn 40 and not see life the same. But it was just a different stage for me of life. So people will come to me. And I just had these men coming to me wanting to shake my hand. Just back to back to back. And I'm like, what's going on? Why is everybody want to shake my hand? You know what I'm saying? I really don't like when a man approaches me and want to shake my hand. I'm really suspicious of that. I feel as if though it's like I'm making a deal, especially after listening to what they're talking about. So if you sit down talking about, because it was like a pattern. It was 4 men back to back to back coming to me at 50 wanting to shake my hand, and the conversation was about things like, oh, such and such and such. One man said, oh, I used to have cancer and I recovered from it. Then he shook my hand. Then another man showed up and he said, oh, right here's a whole bunch of nets from that little ditch down there, y'all. Another man, oh gosh, this is bad. Get away from these. It's just always gnats in that little thing down there. Gosh, and I'm being followed by them. Then the next man came and said, oh, the lady, she died of brain cancer and such and such and such and such and such. His hand. I said, something is to this. Another man I talked to, he said, oh, he had throat cancer. Then I shook his hand. And then finally, the last man that came, I said, oh, I don't shake men's hands. He started talking about the same thing. And then I put the pattern together. And Willie's cousin died of brain cancer. And then my cousin, he died of throat cancer. And I started seeing things kind of like, most people would probably think that's crazy to look at life like that, you know. And I was like, did I shake? Did we make this deal with this handshake? How come two of our family members died of what they were talking about? I don't shake hands. Do not come to me with your hand extended. So I had to the point where I was getting aggressive because in my mind, I ain't gonna stop seeing it like that. I'm gonna always see life like this. When you come to my house, come to me, and you're talking about a scenario, or you talking about an experience that's negative, and then after that you want to shake my hand. Well, you know, it ain't gonna happen. And what I learned is you don't have to get aggressive. Know that the universe is trying to teach you something. You are on that level. You're gonna start getting messages way ahead of time about things. This is a learning experience. This is a whole new level for you. And so I had to start seeing things like that because with that last man, he got chewed out. He got chewed out. Okay, so my whole entire thing is I know something else is getting ready to happen. And I ain't got to get mad. You know, like I said, that first guy, he said, you want some of my food and everything. I said, that's very kind of you. No, thank you, because I'm eating food. Okay? He was a hitchhiker. And he went and he stood by a telegram pole in the night. Okay? Just 2 days ago, another hitchhiker shows up. Backpacking and everything. And he was sitting down talking. Matter of fact, I was in a place I ain't had no business. It was a chicken joint. So he was sitting there. He was eating, talking about how great the food was and everything. And then he asked me, did I want some of his food? I said, okay. I see what's going on. I told him no. So I told both of them no. But I know it's something about the experience, something that's getting ready to go down and stuff like that. But I have to sit down and solve the problem. That's why people go to psychics and they go to problem solvers. And you take the information and you ask them, hey, what does this mean? And they'll let you know. But when you're your own problem solver, you can go to places to get your problem solved. You can sit down there and take your time with the spirit. They'll tell you exactly what's getting ready to go on and everything. So that's just an experience I wanted to talk about. But y'all, I guess the moral of the story is women do not be shaking hands. Men, be careful when you shaking hands. You might just be making a deal with something over in the spirit realm. Do observe what they talking about. Because when you observe what they talking about, they letting you know what's getting ready to go down. So, isn't that interesting? Is that interesting, y'all? This place ain't what y'all think it is. I'm telling you, everything you learn in school, is so that you can be laborable for the corporations. Other than that, it don't have any significance in it. If you can see any other significance in it other than what I just explained to y'all, could you please tell me? Everything I've learned in church, I've tried. Look, at 52, I'm trying at this stage of life to apply everything in my experience to what is going on with my life at this point right now. And guess what? I'm disappointed because what I've gone through in school, what I've learned in school and what I've learned in church and all of these other different places is irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Basically, everything that I love and I like to do now is something that I had to actually do trial and error and teach myself? What are those things? Well, I love gardening. I would have loved to have gone to a school where they just taught me how to grow trees and shrubberies and greenery and flowers. I can apply that to my life now. A matter of fact, it wouldn't have been a waste of time because that would have been a survival skill. That's why I'm trying to show y'all that these governments, corporations and stuff like that, these government schools and stuff, have no intentions of teaching you how to be self-sufficient. Because they always, forever want you to rely on them. What you do, everything we get, we have to get it from our government. So ain't no sense in us laughing at nobody that's on food stamps and assistance because they're on assistance too. We're on assistance too. When you go to the grocery stores, you don't determine what's going to be in there, what you're going to eat. They determine. I'm disappointed, y'all. Hopefully y'all won't never get to this place I'm here right now. I hope y'all don't ever have to get here. We're just a little children, y'all. I've watched all kind of videos as to how I can be self-sufficient. I see people saying, oh, I'm self-sufficient and I'm 100% off of the grid. They ain't gonna let you have it that way. Because they're creating all kinds of anomalies and shit. Y'all, I done put a few seeds in the things to grow and they ain't done anything. They haven't done anything. This and last year will be the first year that I've seen this where seeds are not really popping like they should. And then if they do pop, they stuck. All by design. They want us to need them. It's funny, y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna be random just talking. Damn, like I seen a black bear standing there like that. It's like a black bear just standing up right there by that damn tree. When I see stuff like that, I go in the opposite direction and I approach it in a different angle. Y'all, I got a whole... No, I don't have OCD. I just know that the spirit realm will set us up. That's just the way I think. The spirit realm is coinciding with this realm right now. They're watching us. Don't think that I'm out here by myself, that there aren't any other people out here. It's something else out here watching. We with our physical eyes do not have the ability to see all of the different realms that are coexisting with this one, that cohabitating with this one. There's something there besides the street. I just can't see it with these eyes. That's why you need to be working on your mind's eyes. Get your mind's eyes. And then sometimes you got to be careful. I ain't recommending that for everybody. You may lose your mind. You don't want to see everything that you don't supposed to see. That's how some people wind up in the mental institution. Because their mind's eye it can take the driver's seat. You know what I'm saying? You don't want the mind's eye to take the driver's seat. Now, I don't know if people have y'all ever had an experience with your mind's eye? I remember when my mind's eye first tried to take the driver's seat, and I almost lost my mind. I never will forget. That was in, and I'm going to be talking about a whole lot of stuff. I'm just going to be jumping around. This is not going to be structured at all. Y'all know I ain't structured now. Y'all know I'm around. Look, that first heart started happening to me in 2003. It was a crazy ass ride. How old was I in 2003? So, you know, y'all can kind of get an idea sometimes when that gift comes on. Because some people's may come on as little kids. I don't deal with it. You know, it could come on at different age ranges and stuff. And I think in 2003, I was like in my 30s. And at that time, you know, I didn't know what it was. So I was going to all kind of doctors and stuff like that, trying to explain to them. Because now, it's funny because Kenya going through it now and don't know it. Her starting the same way mine started. But I started having this crawling sensation all over my body. And you can't find nothing on your body and stuff, a crawling sensation. And that's like the Kundalini, they said. That's when the Kundalini starts activating itself. Because you'll start feeling that and you can't find nothing. You go to these doctors. Hey, look, check this out. It's something on my skin. They look with all kind of magnifying glasses, try to find out what you're talking about and stuff like that. And you just be about to lose your head and your mind. It's the Kundalini. You're fixing to change. Your whole physical body and spiritual body is making changes. And then you start having some other physical symptoms and stuff that you can't figure out. And then you start thinking you're seeing things and stuff like that. And then with my mind's eye was trying to take my driver's seat. It was trying to override my physical eyes. I knew then something was wrong. This is when people go to the psychiatrist and they put them on medications. Because my mind's eye was activated right after my father passed away. When he died, whatever that was he was riding with came to live with me. Came to coexist with me. That will happen. Where family members will pass on and, you know, the spirit will choose you. But I never knew him to be a man that had visions because he never talked about it. So, the first time it happened, I was really sad because I took my mom's death really hard. You know, when you lose a mother, you know what I'm saying? It's hard, y'all. And no one can understand that if they haven't lost theirs. But some people can. They, you know, they can have their mom and still feel me and know that that's a devastating experience. And I didn't do too well. I really didn't. So I was just sitting down there in church. Pastor was preaching. Y'all know how I feel about churches. I was just searching. You know what I'm saying? You need to be vulnerable, because when you're vulnerable, you'll find your way into a church where you can be further explored. So I was just, this church just took me in, and they invited me to their homes for Christmas and try to do all kind of things for me because they know how I had lost my mom and I was having a difficult time. You know what I'm saying? I do appreciate what they did and stuff, but I still wasn't finding myself. It was just not happening. And so I was just sitting in there with the preacher while he was preaching. And y'all, please bear with me. I be having interruptions and stuff. People said they having a hard time also viewing my videos on YouTube. So I'm gonna tell y'all again. I got a very good. I got the Note 8 cell phone in my hand. 4G. I have unlimited data. I have also a backup with my with Spectrum, and I should not be having these issues. But we need to know that YouTube is going to have an issue with a lot of what I say. Every time I say church, my live stream is interrupted. Now this is not no shit. If I say anything about that damn church, I get an interruption. I'm not making this up. They've also stopped sending out notifications like they used to. And I really don't have anybody telling me, hey, I've gotten a notification. Now, it might be a few people say they got one. But the majority of people are not being notified. So if you all don't mind, please just regularly come out and check and everything. I'm going to try my best to try to have some content all the time. Y'all got an idea of what time I get started with my videos and stuff. I think everybody's kind of getting an idea. Well, she used to do her videos afternoon and evening time and stuff like that, because I've been getting some things ready for my new website and stuff, because I don't want stock pictures. I want people to see exactly what I have, what I've created. But anyways, that's besides the point. But just bear with me. Y'all need to know that if I say anything like church, preacher, pastor, it's a chance I might be interrupted. I got to get this thing over here. I got to get this. I need the man to come back and repay this. This is getting bad. I'm losing it. So, I was just sitting there in the church, and everybody was, amen. They're them old blackbirds, those aggressive blackbirds, y'all. I'm kind of nervous. They may just clip all the little fruit I got left on my little fruit trees and eat it. Hopefully I can hoist a net across it, because usually I have a net across it by now, but I hadn't put my net up because they have taken residence over here in my trees. And they're very, very noisy. But now if they got messages to bring me, any kind of news, come on, give it to me. But just don't tell me something finna happen and you ain't gonna give me no type of resolution. I need that too. But anyway, so I'm just over there, just sitting there. Everybody, amen, amen. Preacher just preaching away. And a waterfall, that's what I said, comes to my face. I don't know if it's a waterfall or, like I said, it could have been a wave from the ocean. Y'all have seen those big, huge waves that come crashing down? I had one that just come and just, and it went away real quick. It was like a split second. My heart got to beating me so bad. Whoo, that scared the demon out of me. And everything. And that's when it got started. And I never will forget it got started right then. Heart was beating so fast and stuff like that. And they was telling me, oh, you having panic attacks and all of that. You got anxiety. Just calm down. It's all in your mind. It's all in your head. They were right. It was all in my head. But I had another doctor that I went to another hospital. They're out of business now. I wish they would still be in business. They said, regardless, we don't think it's in your head. We think that you having heart problems. And they sent me in for some tests. And that's when they said, okay, you got a heart problem. You got to stay on these pills for the rest of your life. And don't be surprised if you need surgery as you grow older. So they put me on some tiny little pills. I've been taking them since then. And that's been, oh God, that's been since 2003. Or something like that. 2003, 2002, something like that. But what it did, having those experiences were exacerbating. Am I using that word right? My heart condition. That's what it was doing. Because just about everybody in my family, you know, they got heart problems and stuff. Y'all know Auntie got her heart problem and everything that she dealing with, because they had to put a new pacemaker and a new defibrillator in her heart. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, so I got on those little pills for my heart, kept my heart from beating too fast, because you can have an episode called V-fib where, you know, you would have to go in the hospital if you make it there, because you can die. where they have to shock your heart and make your heart beat back at a regular rhythm. And if it keeps happening, then that's when they say, okay, well, we're going to put a defibrillator in there and let the defibrillator do it. And it's an internal device that go in your heart that it's very excruciating when it goes off. Auntie said it was very painful. But that ain't what this is about. But that's when I began to have the Kundalini rise in my 30s, my mid-30s and stuff. And everything about me was changing. I never will forget. I mean, it was just so much coming to me. I call them muses. The muse was there and stuff. And they were trying to teach me how to deal with the experiences of having those episodes and stuff where my mind's eye is very keen and it's strong. And so they showed me, they taught me how to turn it off and how to turn it on and whatever. So I don't know if y'all know anything about the mind's eye. The mind's eye is nothing but the third eye. The third eye is much more powerful than your physical eyes. It can override your experience. You don't want to, and you can look that up. It's real. I forgot the name of it. When that, you know, like I remember on Twilight Zone, there was a situation where there was this man, and they said he lost his mind, and it was showing what he was seeing and what he was. Y'all, the things falling out the tree. I don't need no tree seeds in my hair and stuff. I might grow a tree straight out my root. I'm just playing. So he was seeing one thing, and what he was seeing, he was in a completely different world from where his physical body was. That's kind of like some stuff I was doing. But mine was like a brief episode. It was just like a split second. And then I began to see like cords. I began to see like these wormy cords and stuff that were connected to other people. I never will forget my daughter, the one that got married, one of her first boyfriend, Angelo. He was standing there with her. They were standing together, and I could see these little thin little like wormy things moving and projecting from their bodies, and they were like, you know, it just looked like a flagella or something that you would see out in the ocean and stuff like that. When I saw that, I said, you know what? I may just go to the hospital. I couldn't take it. It was crazy, man. And then I had that crawling sensation with the Kundalini thing going on with me and everything. I made it. I made it through. It was rough. A lot of people say, oh, you need a psychiatrist. You need to be checked into a mental facility and all of that. But this is what clairvoyants do. We see into the unknown and the unseen world, in the invisible world. We see into that. So I don't know why we'll say 1 minute, oh, that she's crazy, go and admit her. But at the same time, we'll give the other people who are mediums a pass when they talk about it. I guess it's determined by your appearance, or it may be determined by whether or not you're articulate when you're speaking about it. But they both do the same thing. Now, we got some extreme mental disabilities out there. I'm not necessarily talking about those. I'm just talking about the fact that there are some people they're bridges. That's what they call us. We're bridges in between worlds. The thing is knowing how to get control over it so it won't control you. But anyway, I saw those little wormy projections coming off of her and off of him, and they were just there, and I'm like, why am I going through this? And then I started to see like the trees. I would go to the tree. I see now where they talk about it in the Bible, where they talk about the burning bush in a tree. I started to see the souls of the trees. The solar energies within the trees, they were red. They were red and glowing like plasma. And everywhere I went, that's why I had to see. I had to see that. And nobody could see it. Do y'all see that? Like, you don't see that coming off that bush? Y'all don't see that little red glowing stuff on that bush? Like, nobody could see it. So I started to have sort of like X-ray type vision. I have it now, but I know now what it is. That's why I said I'm disappointed that the schools, that the churches didn't prepare me for this. And I'm like, I shouldn't have been in those places because I'm not like those people. I don't even look like the people here. People ask me constantly, where you from? Where you from? I'm from here. Or planet Earth. So now I can still see it. Now, like now, I don't see anything. I don't see nothing. But all of a sudden, sometimes, like I was telling y'all over there by that tree over there, all of a sudden I just saw like a gem. It looked like a real true gem like you be seeing on computers and stuff like that, but it was huge. It was right by the base of the tree and it was spinning. So I see now where these people who create these games, I see where they get their visions from. We're visionaries. But just depending on who you are and what character has been chosen for you and determined for you by this government, this matrix system, if you fall outside of that character, they deem you crazy. Now, if I was a man sitting down talking about these different things, then it would be like, oh, okay, he's really on to something. You see what I'm saying? If I sit here now with my blue jeans on, my legs wide open, they're going to judge me. Whoa. You showing your pocketbook off? You doing these things? But a man, he can do it. And he still got all his Rumpelstiltskins and stuff like that showing. But I'm trying to give y'all an idea of society. You know, because I got a southern drawl and all of that. So they don't think that we're visionaries. We're visionaries too. I have visions too. Us southerners, we have visions too. Just because I'm a black woman, it does not mean I can't paint. I'm a painter too. My medium is oils and acrylics, and people, when they see me with that, people tend to, you do that? Or they'll act like I'm not painting. They'll walk away like they don't see me. It was so funny. I used to be in art shows a lot in my 30s and 40s. And I had some artwork I was taking to the gallery. And Willie was toting them for me. And it was like, oh my God, those paintings are absolutely extraordinary. And he said, oh, okay, she painted those. When they saw me, they just went on. I was talking to my friend who helped me get through a lot of stuff when I was dealing with this new me. These changes, this Kundalini rising, this awakening. She was there from a Christian perspective, trying to help me through it. And I was like asking her, what's going on? Why when people see I'm the one that create the work, they're not interested in it? She said, maybe you just really don't look like an artist. What does an artist look like then? I had a hard time. People were buying the art. I sold a lot of art. A lot of folks say they don't have luck selling art in galleries, but mine was like just going away. But if they saw that I was the one painting it, they wouldn't buy it. And I was sitting down talking to a guy about it. He said, well, I'm telling you what it is. You know, you got a lot of guys that's jealous, man. They're jealous because women's painting and everything. Oh, I said, that's what it is. I said, yeah. I said, okay. Art is paintings and art, that's a man's world. So I want y'all to know, I'm not talking to y'all, you know. I want them to know that women, we paint pictures too. We create, we see visions. Like Stevie Nicks says, her crystal visions. We see the crystal visions too. Matter of fact, we have a direct connection to divinity, to life and creations. If we didn't have that, we wouldn't have any babies coming out of the wombs. And even if you're not having babies, you still got this direct phone line, I guess, to the divine. Women do. Why you think a men have to have a woman? He's got to have her. If he don't do nothing but cling to his mama, he knows she has that divine intervention and communication with that greatness. And for men who don't believe it, live your life without a woman. Just don't have nothing to do with them. See what happens. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Even us women need women. As soon as we got a problem, we don't go and tell Uncle Joe about it. Uncle Joe, you know, we can talk to him and stuff. He can make us feel good and everything. But it just seems like Uncle Joe don't have that communication with the divine sources, like going to Auntie Betty. Let's go to Auntie Betty. She got the answers, don't she? Y'all know what I'm talking about. When you get sick and you get ill and everything, it's Auntie Betty's soup that gets you well, not Uncle Joe's soup. I ain't saying Uncle Joe can't barbecue and he can't cook. I just, Auntie Betty's soup make me feel better. Because she got the connection. So when you're talking about visionaries, you know the woman got that. You know she got that, so I don't know. But anyways, that's not what this video is about. Let's talk about what this video is really about. Don't be a bait, women. Don't be a bait. And I ain't bashing men, because I know that the men in my chat room, man, they know that the woman, you understand, it is connected to source. I mean, men are connected to source too. I'm not saying men are not connected to source. But they're not going to pretend as if though women have no significant value when it comes to source. See, that's what I'm trying to establish here. Because, see, they want to see women as just something like, you know, just something for pleasure. You get you some pleasure and you keep moving and you go on about your business. That pleasure is you speaking to the divine that you are experiencing from that woman. This is right here is what you want to communicate when you stick your penis inside of a woman. This is what you want to experience. Hello? And you can't get that satisfaction with your hand. You can manipulate your hand to get it all day long. Oh, it's a few minutes of pleasure, but it's just something about going into that open portal. Okay? And being able to, what? Give your seeds back to humanity. I know y'all try to get it in all other kind of ways through, you know, the rectum and all of this and all of that. But when you put it in the rectum, you don't realize you are destroying yourself. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. The rectum is a place of destruction. It's a receptacle to discard things that are unwanted and unneeded. So why would you want to put your seeds in a trash receptacle? Because it goes towards nothing. But we're going to talk about that one day, what it really does. But it does something to you spiritually. You're just not picking up on that. I ain't getting into that right now. Folks get that and start flagging you and everything. Y'all see, I can't get nobody to come in my chat room. YouTube got me on punishment. But this is good enough. What we got now. Now if you get down, we get down to where it ain't zero in here. Then it's going to be a problem, YouTube. Then you got me. Hello? Long as it's one person, spat at one person, we good. Women do not become a bait to vampires. Y'all know I've been doing a little series on vampires here. There are far more male vampires than there are female vampires. I'm going to say that again. There are female vampires, but the male vampires outnumber them. Vampires are beings that need source from other places because they cannot themselves generate that source, or they have no connection to that particular source, and they need it to sustain life. And I'm talking about not my men in my chat room and my men watching. Y'all know I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about these him vampire men that will use a woman for bait to attract other women, more victims. That's what they'll do. A vampire does not care anything at all about the being that they are exploiting. I kind of feel bad because us meat eaters, we are vampires, you know, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? We're parasitic in a sense, you know, when you are, you know, taking the life of a living something to actually eat something of yourself that does not benefit the victim that you've actually consumed. You know what I'm saying? That's why we need to pray before we eat. We have to not give thanks to God, but give thanks to whatever that is that has sacrificed itself or have been sacrificed so that you can have a meal. And that's why a lot of folks get sick sometimes and die after a meal, because they did not give thanks to that energy. You know what I'm saying? That was lost and consumed. But you have men that are parasitic, that get their pleasure from neglecting, abusing, and being violent towards women. They get their pleasure from that. And you women, you need to be very careful from that. And that's why a lot of women are broken, and by the time they get to be my age, they're bitter. Do you ever seen the old lady that's just you don't care what you say to her, she mad with you, especially she's angry with younger women, and you're like trying to figure out what is going on. Young women, y'all be like, what did I do? And it's almost like she takes her vengeance out on you. Well, it is some man that has stolen her treasures, and he won't give them back. When men go in you got to be careful, these men that you're laying up with. If a man has not taken you to meet his family, you should not be opening up your treasure box or your pocketbook. If a man has not taken you to meet the people that he loves and respects, and he's looking for sex, he has absolutely no concern about you and your mind state. So now this is to you. I want y'all to pay some attention to this now. And you ain't gonna be, and I ain't talking about y'all audience. I'm talking about some of the people who will come later and watch the video and everything. You have men that absolutely have no souls. When a man is in that mode, he has no soul. If he had one, it has checked out. His body is only a vessel to scavenger spirits and demons. As long as we have life, hello, trees, plants, animals, and people will have what? Demons. Because we are their food. So these men are the absolute, are the hosts. You see what I'm saying? For these different, we talked about hierarchies of different entities and stuff like that, and they have to use the male bodies in order to go in these places of these women's to steal that divine source that she has. That's why they talk about when a child is young, a little girl is young, call it what? Innocence. Because innocence is that divinity. It's that God. You know what I'm saying? It's that treasure. It's that source. That's what it is. Innocence is that source that you see in little young girls and boys. That's why you have these demons that inhabit the bodies of these men and sometimes women that go in the treasure box to steal the light. Little children are lighthouses, and they must be protected. So as the woman grows up and now she's a teenager, or and it could be a man. So just look at it both ways. It could be a boy, it could be a man, okay? And so now she has this beauty about her and this crown of innocence. And there is a thief. Okay, I hope y'all being patient and y'all waiting on me. I experienced the interruption. I don't know quite when I experienced the interruption, but I was just talking about how you could see the light in these individuals, and it's always someone lurking in the woods. You understand? The demon is lurking in the woods because in some hierarchies there is no light, and whatever light source they receive, it has to come from beings. Don't allow a man to come into your life and make you baked, especially if you know your life is already in shambles. I hate to say it, if you know that you are in a bad place at the moment, that is time to not take on any kind of partnership with a man. Now y'all can apply it in another way. If you are in a sexual relationship, you can apply this to your life too. So I'm talking to heterosexuals and homosexuals, okay? If you are in a time of your life where you are vulnerable and things are not in place, this is not the time to seek out relationships. Because at this moment, there is something that you are projecting out into the universe that will attract a predator. Ain't it hard, women, sometimes? Ain't it very, very difficult? It's difficult when you want some sex so bad. You horny and you don't know what to do. You lonely. You know your shit ain't in order. You got children you got to take care of. They right there in the house with you. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? More than likely, you're going to allow a predator in your house. Now you got more problems. This is why children are showing up missing. children are being abused. They're being sexually abused, physically abused, because you have allowed a predator into your house. Now you're losing your children. They come to get your kids. If you got problems in your life, stay by yourself and get them worked out. Once you get whatever you got going on that's making you a miserable person, that's making you feel like life is not satisfying and your life is a total disaster, once you get that straightened out, the right person is going to be good to you. He's going to show up. Because you don't want that man to show up in your life when you know doggone well your house is a mess. So you can't cry out to the universe once he's come in and he's stolen your treasure. You bait now. And say, why me? Because you've been through this before. A lot of women say, I done been through this thing over and over and over again. When is it going to stop? It's going to stop when you address the situation with the right answer. You're going to let this predator out your house and another one coming in. It's a revolving door. And these are the people that tend to be angry. Damn, what's wrong with her? Why is she so angry and out of control? What did I do? Why is she flipping her lid, her top, whatever? She's frustrated. That's why we cannot meet them with the same hostility that they greet us with. And I'm going to tell you why. Because now you are a scapegoat for something that you had nothing to do with in the first place. And now you are infected. See, that's why I said I have changed my whole outlook on everything because, oh shit, I got to go in here in the house. I got something going on and I don't want it to burn up. But I can smell it coming all out here. Sure smell good. Woo! Smell like Kentucky Fried Chicken in here. But so that's what's going on. Y'all get an idea of what I'm talking about? And like I say, these predators, these men, it's a sports for them. It's a sports for them. And then they feel like they are getting even with the fact they had a horrible childhood. This is their way of getting even with their mama. They're getting even with their mama. Do y'all see how dark the house is? Look, there's darkness in this house. That's why I say it's not good to sit in the house all day and not go out and get in the sunlight. Okay. What's going on with this? Oh, it's saying it's got 5 minutes left, y'all. 5 minutes. I'm going to turn this off before I forget it. Yeah, it's dark. Something caught me. We don't need to be sitting in no house all day long. There's no light penetrating your skin. And the light that comes from the ceiling, I heard it's not good for you. It's not good for your eyes. Okay, I went ahead and turned that off. Did I turn that off? Let me make sure. Because I may have just hit the start button. I want to make sure I have turned this completely off. Let's see. Okay, I canceled it. Okay, we good now, y'all. We're good. That's why when you bring your plants in, you have to put them in windows because they will die. So think about it. You got a plant you've brought in your house. and you don't have it in a window and it dies, that's what you're doing. You're doing the same thing the plant doing. You're dying. Does that make sense? So you got this miserable man that had a horrific childhood, probably been raped. Mom neglected him. Mom could have abused him in some kind of a way. And may have not been a male in the household, a father in the household. And now he hates women. He hates them. You got some men that are very drastic. They'll resort to not only abusing women with physical violence, punching her. Some men like sex. When they're having sex with you, they wanna fight you. It don't do no good. I was talking to somebody that told me about this right here, so I want to talk about that. Okay, I want to make sure everybody here. This man was talking about this situation where a man who's really hurting inside, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times, some of the pain that comes from a man is the fact that his mom, you know, in a sense rejected him. And that rejection is not necessarily that she didn't raise him. It was just the fact there was some unmet needs in the mother-son relationship that has caused him to be angry. And that could be a little bit of everything, you know, like having an abuser in the household, a man in the household that may have abused him, and her having just multiple men in and out the house, in and out the house, in and out the house. And so he begins to develop a hatred for women, or just seeing his mother being mistreated by a man. You know, like being beat up, neglected, raped, you know, abandoned, all of these different things. And he internalizes it as a man child and grows up to act those things out. You see what I'm saying? So he was telling me how some men can be aggressive in the bed, where with these women and stuff like that, he wants to exert pain on her to actually punish her for what he has gone through in his childhood, and the rejection of the mother and the rejection of the woman herself. What do I mean, rejection of the woman herself? Because a lot of men, what they want, they can't get it. They can't fucking get it. And that could be a little bit of everything. That bad bitch he wants. Excuse my French. You know, but that's how young folks talk. That timepiece. Y'all know what y'all call them. You understand? He want that, and he can't get it. So he feels inadequate. He feels like a failure. You see what I'm saying? So now, somebody finna pay for that shit, man. So some random woman entering into this relationship that's vulnerable, because I don't care what nobody say. Women got keen intuition. We know when a man ain't good for us. We know it. You can spot them a mile away when they do. You just the line they bring you. So that's why don't nobody feel sorry for a woman, because they think a woman should have the intuition to be able to pick right. Don't you think so? I think so. Now, in some circumstances, there may be some men that ain't right. They'll use deception. They'll come to you. And I know a lot of women, y'all probably have dealt with the man who has come to you as a sheep in wolf clothing. I mean, a wolf in sheep clothing. Y'all, I got to get it right. So now they done showed up, and I'm not talking about those situations. I'm talking about a situation when you know this man bad. But you like the bad boys, don't you? You got some women that like men that mistreat them because they feel like they deserve it. Where is this coming from? This is coming from early childhood, when there was a little girl. The only time she was actually rewarded was when she was being mistreated. They come in, the mother or the father abuse her physically, sexually, some type of a way. And then with guilty feelings come and reward her afterwards because they feel like they have done something wrong to her. So she interprets this as, okay, I have to accept this abuse because there's a reward in the end. And she internalizes that. Or she sees that as love. Well, I got to get, I have to get a beating sometimes. Then I know that they appreciate me. That starts in childhood. Because some parents will actually say the only reason why I'm going to give you a beating or a whooping is because I love you. Yeah, you got some parents that say stuff like that. I'm doing this because I love you and I care about you. So she internalizes that as an adult as, if my man ain't beating me, he don't care nothing about me. But yeah, that man was telling me that, and I kind of got a feeling that that's his mind, because he's telling the story. A lot of times people are telling you the story from a perspective of how, they view themselves. You know what I'm saying? And their own situation. So he was like, these women out here, there's some men that prefer to rape women rather than have consensual sex. And he's talking about the sick men. And so I said, well, what if the woman just pretends like she's enjoying it, so it won't get really, really bad for her. He was like, in a situation like that, then she's going to get her ass beat. I said, what? Because he said he wants her to feel his pain. Make sure you ain't no bait women. Look at these men good. You ain't got no business in the bed with a man and you ain't met his mom. If his mama's deceased, he's supposed to take you to see his auntie and his sisters. He's supposed to take you to see his brothers or his uncles, the people in his life, so you can get an idea of how to treat them and how they treat him. And if a man ain't taking you to see nobody, and you gonna lay down with him anyhow, you know you doing wrong. You know you gonna get what you deserve. You know you gonna get what you deserve. You know you doing something you ain't got no business. You just as wrong as he is. You violating yourself. The universe gonna keep giving you people like that. And you're gonna always be alone. And eventually suicidal. Listen to the trees. Trees got the messages, y'all. Ground yourself with the trees. Listen to them. Listen to the waters when they rushing and stuff off of the dams or whatever. Listen to them. The rivers. Listen to it. Listen to the oceans and just listen. It's gonna renew you and restore you after the vampires have come in to steal your energy. You need yourself in nature. Get out the fucking house. The house is robbing us. They ain't nothing but little bitty battery boxes. That's all they are. Battery boxes. That energy is going somewhere that's housed in that house and is benefiting someone else. Benefit yourself and get out the house. As I minister to y'all, I minister to myself. So, like I said, now you the bait. Your heart been broken for the umpteenth time. You don't feel like doing nothing, you don't even feel like life itself. You deny your children the light that they need, because I don't care what nobody say, we are the sons, women. The sun, the S-U-N, the solar light for our little ones. They need your light in order to grow up and become productive citizens, spiritual beings. That's why little feral children and stuff, ain't nobody gave them no light. Ain't no hope. And then people say, oh, you look so old. What's up with your auntie? What's up with that gray in your head and all of that and everything? Well, I'm like, I got two. One of them be in their 30s, coming up pretty soon. So basically, I got two of them in their 30s. And one that pretty soon that's going to kick the door down at 30. These are my stripes. Ain't that what they call them things when you put them on your shoulder? When they put you this is the trophy. Okay? These are the trophies, the stripes, whatever you want to call it. This shows people that I have been on the planet for a substantial amount of time, meaning that I have what? Classroom experience. I understand that we can be old souls. I can go and tell Auntie, I can tell you a few things too. I got, you know what I'm saying? I got an old soul, Auntie. You 77, but I got an old soul. But it still does not amount to the level of experience that she have here on this earth plane. That make a big difference. I know we want to try to pretend like it don't, but it does. I look at myself when I was, 30, and compare myself to where I'm at now. I see a huge difference. I feel a huge difference. Not just, and I'm not talking about my physical appearance when I look in the mirror. I'm talking about how I perceive life and how I respond to it. Some things that happen to me now, in my 30s, I would respond to it a whole lot differently. Maybe in a manner that will cause the universe to flunk me and have me going over this material over and over and over and over and over again. I don't have time for that. I don't have time to waste. I don't have time to lose. I need to take something back. When I say take something back, I'm talking about my experience back into what? The unknown world. And that world ain't nothing but the dream world. Y'all call them dreams and lucid dreams and stuff like that. That's that unknown world over there. That's it. Looks similar to this, but just a little bit different, slightly off. Some parts, the colors are different. Some parts, the colors are very more vivid than the colors here. Some of them that may just be shades of gray with not a lot of color. It just depends on your deeds here. You understand? How you'll perceive that other place. I sat down and I thought about it. I said, the worst thing that can happen to me after this world is not going to hell, being tormented in the lake of fire and all of that, brimstone burning everywhere, chained up in a dungeon with these demonic forces and demons everywhere, salivating like they want to eat me. That's not my fear. My greatest fear is going out of this place into nothing, not existing. No existence at all. Because then I would have to think, and I won't be able to think, because I am no longer. What was all of this for? It's gotta be something. And see, that's why, that's the hope. It's gotta be something greater than this outside of this place. And there is. Trees live so long, don't it, y'all? These are your ancestors right here. They've been here so long. But anyway, so like I said, now you are bait. They got your pictures, your photos, and they're sharing it with people on social media or on their jobs. I don't know. And they share it with other women. Hey, this my girl right here. Oh, this your girl. I ain't know you had a girlfriend. I didn't know you had a wife. Now that woman gonna want to compete with you. He know what he doing. Trust me. So now you are the wife. You trying to figure out, dang, how come every time I turn around when I go places and stuff, women are, you know, giving me the side eye, and they nasty to me and they mean. He taking me to these places and stuff like that where, you know, women act like they want to fight me. They want to be where you at. You the bait. And this is the reason why I say, well, be careful. Make sure that the man you sleeping with is worthy of your time. Worthy of the treasures in your womb. Whether it be a spiritual womb or a physical womb. Is he worthy? If he ain't worthy, don't lay down with him. Because you cause yourself more problems. Anyway, I'm coming to the... Hey, Romany. Did I call you Rosemary in the beginning by mistake? Romany says spirits are in the trees. Hey, Christy. Christy's okay. Hey, Ma RC31 _S. Can I use the ashes from my Palo Santo? I got instruction. So save it, but I'm not sure why. I believe I'll keep me covered in prayer, but are there other uses for it that I may be overlooking? You need to talk to them about that. They can give you all of the answers. Mama don't have the answers to everything, especially when it's outside. Y'all, my big toe is hurting. Ooh, let me move over here to socks. Ooh, these socks. No, I don't have the answers to that. I recommend that you talk to them about that, love. Hey, Lelam, how you doing? Say, you late, but you're here. Okay? You ain't late. You on time. That's all that counts, that you're here. Hey, Ma, okay, okay. Okay, Ma RC, you says LOL. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, you want to talk to them about that because I don't want to mislead you. Krista said, do I use chicken feet? Yes, I do. I put my chicken feet necklace on in a minute, and they're from my own chickens. I still have my chicken's feathers and feet, and I need to get me some more chickens right now while they start in March. I'll probably start in April. I want to kind of start when it starts warming up a little bit at nighttime. And I got to get some more chickens. But yes, I do use chicken feet. Some people eat it. They got a thing down south called chicken feet soup. Okay, thank you. Romany says she's standing there protecting. Okay. Hello, Bernie. How are you? Uh-huh. Hey, Jackie. Thanks for moderating. How you doing? Y'all hear my bird? He outside. He said, Okay, y'all, I lost y'all. And YouTube is funny acting. It was trying to put a video, and when I tried to resume my live, try to put a video out there, and just start letting it play. Just gonna let a video start playing, so I can lose. I'm telling y'all, man, they doing this shit. This don't make no sense, YouTube. Hey, Brandy Locks, how you doing? Look like we're gonna get a little rain or something, a little storm. I know one thing, I'm not gonna call on all y'all no more unless I absolutely need to, because that year when I was just calling on her and it would just start raining, man, it started to flood the place, man. It started flooding over here. When I say flooding, Water had got all the way up to my knees. I will never do that again. Ooh, don't call on these elements unless you know what you're doing. Hey, Mystery Marie, love you too. Okay. Um, hey, Lashir. Oh, Lashir says chicken foot soup is a Jamaican dish too. That's a Caribbean cuisine. Okay. Uh huh. Y'all do oxtails. I think everybody do oxtails. That's another thing. You know, I know that you all do. My adopted mother, she was Jamaican, and she would do a lot of those little dishes and stuff like that. I learned a lot from that woman. Yeah, let me tell y'all. Y'all want to get an idea of what my adopted mama looked like? What is that lady name in Jamaica that cracks the jokes? I was sharing her with y'all at one time. If anybody know who she is, please help me to remember her. I love her. She looks identical to my adopted mother. Gosh, she's a light-skinned, heavy-set lady. And she was way back in the 50s and 60s. And she would always be laughing and speaking patois. Hey, anybody know her name? Louise Bennett. I think that's what her name was. Louise Bennett. Anybody ever heard of her? Miss Lou. Yeah, thank you, Nina. My adopted mother looked exactly like her. Only she wasn't cool like that. You know what I'm saying? And I learned a lot from her, when it came to like different like traditions of what to follow and stuff like that. She followed her don't do that. She followed it to the best of her ability. She really did. Because that was very important to her. Yes, Miss Lou, thank you, Nina. How you doing, Nina? Lou, check her out. Louise Bennett. Yeah. Everything blowing, y'all. Hey, Left Lane. Lane said, what's my favorite color? You wouldn't believe it because people used to laugh at me. Black. People would laugh. Oh, that's not even a color. You know what I'm saying? To me, it was. Black is my favorite color. What's yours? Huh, Left Lane? What's yours? Hey, Tanya. YouTube. Yes, Christy said we eat pig feet down here too. I love pickled pig feet. I hadn't had it in about 15 years and stuff like that. Okay, Christy, are you here in the South? Or are you talking about in the Caribbeans? Christy said all her clothes. Y'all, please don't ever go to a funeral unless you got black on. Don't walk in a cemetery unless you got black on. I went into a cemetery that had black on. I'm still getting my ass kicked right to the day. I got some fucking visitors and stuff like that I am trying to wish well so that they can go back to wherever they came from. You do not want to be in a cemetery without protection. You got people that are coming up in these cemeteries without the proper, gifts that you take and asking permission from the gatekeepers, and they walk up in there without the proper clothes on and stuff like that, and they don't know why they got these attachments and stuff like that. I'm around them. Anything come to my mind, I'm gonna jump on it, because I don't want to forget it. Okay. Okay. Romany said in her culture they wear black for 7 days. You got to protect yourself from the spirits. Because like I told y'all before, that when someone passes away, the attachments on them are looking for another home. And you can get caught off guard and they be coming there to reside with you, and you don't want that. So you need to protect yourself. Okay, LaShear says she has two. It would be red and black. I have two too. Mine would be black and purple. Purple is not necessarily my favorite color, but that combination of black with purple, I like that. And for some strange reason, I like yellow with black too. So yellow with black, purple and black. Those are some cute colors. And red and black is real cool too. But if I had a second favorite color, I never thought really much about a second favorite color. The second favorite color would probably be green. Yeah, it'll be green. Oh, that's pretty. My RC, that sounds like a very interesting. Okay, they're playing with me again. They determined to try to turn another video on. Okay, Left Lane says she's been seeing a lot of purple lately, and you know Prince Purple is coming up. He's coming through. Okay. Also, Jimi Hendrix has purple and Left Eye. She had this thing with purple. You know, purple's and Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston loved purple too. That's that royal color, and not only is the royal color, but that purple draws a lot of wealth. People don't realize that. Purple draws a lot of wealth, especially purple and gold. And these colors, your favorite colors, also will give you a good look into what God is Loa or Risha or you see what I'm saying? Entity or something of that nature is rolling with you too. So I got to try to figure that out. That purple and black out, and that yellow and gold and black. Like I would rather say gold and black. Those colors that I have. Hey, Sunflower, how you doing? Okay. Left Lane, she between black and purple. Them the colors right there. Those are also Byron's color. Byron Samdi. Y'all hear my bird? And she said, Byron Samdi. Those are his colors, and he is the gate of the cemetery. That's a pretty powerful, strong energy right there. You got to know what you're dealing with when you're dealing with that energy. You know, I was sitting down there thinking about Byron, and I've watched a lot of movies on him too, and something just came to me and said, not only is he the gatekeeper when it comes to taking you to the unknown world, the unseen world, or the underworld, or whatever you want to call it, but over to the other side, but you know, it's a strong sexuality that comes from him too. And I got to thinking about different ways that he can come in, you know, because I kind of see him like, you know, sort of like the Undertaker, or sort of like the what you call him, the Grim Reaper, something like that. And I thought about it when people say the kiss of death, you know, I feel it. That Byron can, you have to be careful because you could be seduced sexually by this energy, and just a kiss or sex can take you off this earth plane. I just thought about it like that. I was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Because he can come in so many ways to you. You know what I'm saying? When it's your time to go, when it's your time to cross over. He can get you in so many different ways. Sometimes I get confused because even y'all have those colors too, purple and black and other colors like burgundies and stuff like that on her too. And they also say she's the gatekeeper. But I'm thinking what it is, Byron is like more or less probably the gatekeeper when it comes to Voodoo, Voodoo, okay, or the gatekeeper over the cemetery of death or whatever. But that same energy is a feminine energy, or Yah, in Santeria. That's what I kind of came up with that. I might be wrong. Y'all correct me now. Okay, y'all talking about souse meat. One time I caught myself trying to cook some souse meat, y'all. It just turned to grease. And somebody told me you can't cook souse meat because all that is just the brain. It's the brain. It's the hog's brain made into a cheese and seasoned with all kind of seasonings like sages and stuff like that and everything. I used to like souse meat too. I used to like souse meat. But I can't eat pork no more, y'all. I was trying to go up and read comments. Hey, Jessica. Jessica said every time she watched my lives, I say something that she really needed to hear. I feel you, Mama, from the UK, from Men to Byron to your cover of Dreams. I appreciate you. You're welcome. Somebody said they eat souse. Kristen said she eats souse meat and crackers. Yeah, my mom used to eat that. Oh, Nina says, love Baron's colors. I have red, purple, and black bandanas because of him. Long time ago, the people down south, the women down south, and even some men, because I got a cousin that still does it, they would wear red bandanas on their head. And that, you know, they'll portray Aunt Jemima. They'll portray her, but they'll portray her with a red bandana on her head. You see what I'm saying? And that right there is part of our culture. The red bandana covered over our head. That's actually our culture. You know, that red and black. That's a powerful color, y'all. You better know what you're getting into when you put them combinations together. Like red and black and purple and black, you're representing those energies from those different Loa or Orishas. You're representing that energy. You know what I'm saying? So you may come across somebody and stuff like that. Because I had that purple and black on during Mardi Gras this year. And folks were just giving me stuff. Because I was representing that energy, that Oya energy and stuff. And I was like, dang, why am I getting everything? Oh, you ain't got to pay for it. Don't even much worry about it. I just make one complaint about the food. We're going to give you your money back. It was just happening during Mardi Gras, just back to back, back to back. But then that's that energy you're representing. You understand? And so people are going to be, you know, in a sense, you know, tithing in a sense to that source. That's what it is. You know, Michael Jackson would always have that red and black on, y'all. He knew what he was doing. And Prince would always have on that purple. They were like doing something different. Prince was always with the purple, and sometimes purple and black. And Michael would be always with the red and the black and everything. You know, that's where they was getting most of that je n'ai toi from, those energies, especially that purple and black. When you're talking about Byron, if a man put on some purple and black right now, he got himself cleaned up real good and took a good bath, and he put that purple and black on and put him a little gold chain on there, he gonna be able to seduce plenty of women. Lashir says, Oya is the gatekeeper of the ancestral realm in Ifa. Baron is like the Grim Reaper or angel of death, from my understanding. Ma RC says, there was a video I did and you sang Take Me to the Waters. It brought me back on my baptism and gave so much peace at that time for from that night, I've been learning a lot from you. You know what? My RC, you know what you ought to watch, and I'm recommending everybody watch this. There's a movie, and that thing gives me so much peace and solitude, and it's like a cleansing. It's like it just cleanses me, and it gives me hope. You know, because I'm in. It seems like I'm just in a world of dying people here in America. You know, because like, you know, we don't have family no more. Everybody's tied up into their cell phones, social media. Nobody love each other no more. Men just running through women and mistreating women and all of that stuff like that. It's really, really bad. But there's this one movie that gives me hope and gives me purpose. It reminds me, you're not here to enjoy all of that stuff. That's not why you're here. You're here for a different purpose. These people have not found their purpose that you're talking about. And if they have found their purpose, that is what they're supposed to be concentrating on. And that movie is called Lord Shango. Lord Shango. It is on YouTube for free. I just get in there, and I'm glad I'm talking to y'all about it, because tonight I'm going to play it. I'm going to watch it tonight, Lord Shango. And Lord space Shango, Shango. It's like a black exploitation movie. Back when it was real, back when shit was real, man. I watched this thing. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to always be in the presence of something or people who are constantly reminding you of what you came here to do, who you are. That's your support system, and I can't find it because I'm heavily into spirituality, as far as, you know, when it comes to what y'all might want to call magic or supernatural works and hoodoo works, voodoo, santeria, all of that. You know what I'm saying? That's me. Did I say voodoo, santeria, Palo? All of that is me. You know what I'm saying? This electronic world of all of this other stuff, I'm just going to use it so I can get more information that's going to continue, you understand, to keep me in the bosoms of that makes me feel like this is me. You know what I'm saying? So I want y'all to check it out. Lord Shango. Beautiful movie of two black people, two African black people, two indigenous people of the Americas. You understand what I'm saying? Loving on one another. It's a good movie, man. And it'll help you to kind of get a better idea of how these energies work for us. You know, like the Orishas and the Loas, how they work. Just like I was telling y'all, when I go to, there's a crossroad, I promise y'all, where you like coming off the freeway, and it makes a cross right there in that section, and it's a Papa leg bar there. One is white, he walks with a cane, and one that's black that walks with a cane. Every other day you're gonna see one of them. Now it's easy for somebody to say it's just a coincidence, but when you're into this lifestyle, that's not a coincidence. These are these energies coming to you. You understand? For whatever reason. So we want to make sure, like I always want to make sure that I got money on me. So, and when I come to a stop, I got something to put in their little cans and their buckets. Hello? You can set up all the altars you want. You can go to the crossroad and leave items there. You know? That's good stuff. But they're going to come in a physical body to you too for whatever they want. And sometimes we're not prepared. We need to be prepared. Because that's why they say in the Bible, which a lot of people don't believe in the Bible, but the Bible is still a part of hoodoo. You understand? That's my upbringing. That's our upbringing in the South. Whether you embraced it or not, somebody in your lineage line did. And that's why you here. And I was going to say something, but I totally forgot what I was going to say. But, you know, I was talking about the Bible. The Bible talks about, be careful how you treat people. You may be entertaining angels. And that is the truth. You may be talking to Papa Legba. You may be talking to Legba. Somebody who is possessed with that energy. You may be talking to Byron or any of the rest of them. You may be talking about them. You may be talking to them at that very moment. This is the time to give offerings and to ask questions if need be. Hello? Left Lane said, we come from Biloxi, Mississippi. I was down there a little while ago, down in Biloxi. They have Mardi Gras there too. Long line of Masons and Eastern Stars, a lot of work in the bloodline. Lashir says, Lord Shango. Shango is the king of Oya and is good for leadership and he also wears red. Yep. Sure do. You catch him with a lot of red and gold on. Because, you know, he also represents that fire energy too, which is some powerful energy too. Okay, Left Lane says she's going to go through her lineage line. That's what's important. All this other crap ain't important, y'all. We need to be looking into our lineage line. Because, you know, they've done an ethnic cleansing on us so that we can forget who we are. It's easier to control people who don't know who they are, who don't know their language, who don't know their God. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, okay, let's talk about it. Lashira says Shango was married to a lot of women. LOL, Playboy style. LOL. That's true. He was. Tell me if I'm wrong, but they said he was married to Oya, and he was dealing with Ochun, and that's the reason why Ochun and Oya relationship is the way it is. And, you know, I can see, and I'm not talking about the Orishas, because I don't want people to say, hey, you know, you don't know nothing about this, you don't know about nothing about that. Look, let me tell you something. And that's what I want to talk about. Can we talk here? Can we talk? I hear a lot of people talk about New Orleans as if though, and I love New Orleans. I don't care what nobody say. When I go there, I feel like I'm home. Because I know at one time we had that here too. But these people who was running this place, the rednecks that was running Alabama, beat the shit out you if you was fucking around with stuff like that. Hung niggas, tortured them. Yes. And got them well disciplined. These niggas are disciplined here. First thing they do, I'm finna go to church, master. I'm on my way to the church. But anyway, look. They talk as if though New Orleans is the only place that get credit for voodoo. That if you were not born in New Orleans, you have absolutely no lineage line to voodoo. Now, I want us to all just sit down and look at the ridiculousness of that. Now, I want to talk about it. If voodoo originated in Africa, and they always say the slaves were taken to New Orleans, and that's where voodoo got its start in the Americas. And it was also taken to Haiti, and that's where it got its start. Well, what about the rest of us that came from Africa? Does that mean we do not have any lineage line to voodoo? After all, we are from Africa, aren't we? I don't know. Maybe we don't have a lineage line to Africa. I don't know, but they call us what? African Americans, don't they? So I just wanted you all to hear how dumb that sounds. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she from New Orleans. Now she gonna put that voodoo on you. You better watch out. But anyways, it's ridiculous. And then they also give New Orleans, which I love my home. I ain't talking about it. They also give them credit for Mardi Gras, which is like carnival. And that's strange to me too, because Alabama, Mobile, Alabama is documented. It is documented, okay? I'm not talking about these different websites that want to give all of the credit to New Orleans. But the first Mardi Gras occurred here in Alabama. If you look it up, it occurred here, but it's a struggle back and forth with it being from New Orleans. Now, I will say that New Orleans got the most elaborate carnivals out of all of the carnivals I've gone to. They're very elaborate. And there's a big difference between theirs and ours, because in Alabama, because I hit both of them. I went to Mardi Gras in Louisiana, and I went in Alabama. I went to Mobile. I saw both of them the same day. And but the biggest difference here is black people don't really have floats and participate in Mardi Gras like they do in New Orleans. New Orleans, you know, black people and white people participate heavily. Here, only the white people participate in it. And I thought that was very odd, because, you know, we were the first one to get it started. But like I said, I'm telling you, when I say it was heinous in Alabama, y'all know I ain't joking, man. I'm telling you, Martin Luther King had to come down here to kind of get some things straight, because they was lynching us for magnolia trees. Any kind of tree that had a heavy branch on it, because, you know, we got magnolia trees, especially in Selma. They got some heavy trunks on them. And that's where that song Billie Holiday sang, somebody wrote that song, Strange Fruit, because you would just see, you know, at one time in history, you know, people hanging from trees. But yeah, so that the first Mardi Gras occurred here, and the French was here in Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana, and Georgia. People don't know that. The French were here. Look it up. I tell everybody all the time, the province contained the 3 states. Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana was a province. It was not a part of America. And it was Pierre Limon that was the governor of the 3 states. And there was a war to take the 3 states. I think they took 2, and they had to actually purchase Louisiana and everything, and that's the story. But no one knows that there's a rich history of the French being in Georgia. So I'm not sure about South Carolina and North Carolina, but I know in Georgia, down in Savannah, you'll find a lot of those, what they call Creole homes there. And you'll find them in Alabama, down in Mobile, and Selma too. Selma got some beautiful Creole homes, and Mississippi and Louisiana and Texas too, Galveston. You know what I'm saying? So the French were down right down there near the Gulf of Mexico, trying to take whatever they could, and none of that history is taught in school, because they don't want to talk about the French and the struggle and the fight over those states. They don't want to talk about it. But I'm going to remind everybody of the rich history of the South. And one of the last ships that they said where they had captured slaves came here in, I think, 1922 to Mobile, Alabama. And these were Africans that were brought from Benin or Nigeria, and they were brought here in the 20s and stuff. And there's a place right now in Mobile. Y'all need to visit Mobile. Very nice place. They got the best seafood. Best seafood is in Mobile. At one time, I loved the seafood in Mississippi, down in Gulfport and Pascagoula. Mississippi has some of the best seafood, but after Hurricane Katrina, I don't know what happened. And even in New Orleans, I have not. I mean, uh, post Katrina, we was getting good seafood, but now the seafood is pretty much. The seafood is pretty much now. Um, the seafood over there is kind of commercial tasting. It just tastes like, you know, the hush puppy. I don't know. It's just the hush puppies and fish taste like it came out of the freezer, like a freezer product or something like that. You know, but when you go to Mobile, Alabama, you're gonna get this. You're gonna get this. You're gonna get it straight out of the ocean. So it's the best. Now I haven't had seafood in Savannah, but I think I'm gonna go down there and try it. How about that? I think I want to go to Treasure Island while I'm at it too. Okay. Oh yes, me too, Left Lane. I am getting into Mexico's history. You know, I found that there are black people also in Mexico. No one talks about them. It's just like they don't exist. And I've been looking at the culture of Mexico, especially the black culture of Mexico. There are a lot of Americans that are going to Mexico because it's much more cheaper to live there. So it's funny because I was given a credit card offer, and I went ahead and took it. I don't mind telling y'all, it was Bank of America. I kind of, something about Bank of America. I don't know about them, you know. But I took it because I wanted to transfer a balance so that I wouldn't have to pay high interest rates. So there's a thing where if you got a credit card and you owe a couple of $1,000s on it and you got interest on it, you know that's hard to pay off because you're trying to pay interest and pay the balance off too. So what I had decided I was going to do, which I do it all the time, I'll just apply for another credit card and transfer the balance of that to a card that has an introductory rate of 0% interest for 18 months. So I just jumped on the bandwagon and stuff. And I remember when I was applying for the card, the lady was asking me so many questions, and I was like, dog, Bank of America is different. I think we got a storm coming because I just saw pink lightning. And the one question she asked me stood out because I've never heard a credit card ask a question like this. Do you have dual citizenship? Do you have dual citizenship? I'm like, what does that mean? Like, if you got dual citizenship, that matters, you know, or something. Like, they take that in consideration. Like, and I don't think you probably get it if you do have dual citizenship because they want to make sure you ain't going overseas spending no money. Because think about it. If you can get you a $10,000 credit card, $25,000 credit card, you could probably go overseas and use that to buy you a house. In some of these what they call third world countries, third world. Oh, please, man. You know, those are the places where you don't have geoengineering and you got all the fruit trees you want. You got avocados, you got pineapples growing all over the place. There's always something to eat, you know. It's not like that in America because of geoengineering. Like right now, when we were little kids, I say right around May, you would have an abundance of plums. You would have plums everywhere. You would have blackberries all over the place. All of that stuff. You can't even find that no more. Geoengineering. Weather, all of this weather they're creating. Cold 1 minute, hot next. Cold. I can't hardly grow a seed. And they orchestrating this weather so that you won't be able to grow nothing. But anyway, that's besides the point. So anyways, I was just thinking about that. I guess they just feel like that's a national security threat if you get I don't know, get a credit card and probably go over there and spend the money on there. You know what I'm saying? But that is a good idea, isn't it? Get about $10,000 on a card and go over there and stay in an Airbnb in Cuba for 30 days. You probably what? Because this man told me they just came back from Cuba, him and his wife. I think I told y'all the story already. You know, I'm just telling the story to the people who hadn't heard it. So they went to visit their son because he's in a program where he's going to school to be a doctor, and over in Cuba. And they went to visit him, and the man told me, he said, $100 fed him and his wife for 2 weeks. $100. Now I don't know. He might be exaggerating and stuff like that, but I've seen some of them. I've been online listening where this guy went and got his breakfast. He had pineapples. He had papaya. He had like little pastries and eggs and bacon. He had just all an array of food for breakfast, and it was $1.30. And then you say, darn, why is it so much cheaper there versus here? Well, they're going to say it's a third world country. But what it is, you're not paying for geoengineered weather. They don't mess with their weather. It is what it is. A lady said, she said, ma'am, I can live in Cuba. And I got to go there. I know y'all tired of me talking about Cuba and stuff like that, but let me get inside. But I want to go, y'all. I want to go to Cuba. I just feel like I had a past life or maybe some ancestors that live there. I'm just fascinated with it. I can see the balcony, and I can see where I hung my clothes on the balconies to dry. And I can see the beauty of the wallpapers on the walls and all of that stuff like that. I got to go to Cuba. Cuba is calling me. And I could have been booked it, but the reason I hadn't booked it, because I would have to go by myself. I can't find nobody to really go. So, and I got to get my nerves on to get on the airplane. I'm just going to, you know what? I'm just going to get over the fear and just book it. Y'all pray mama come back home, okay? Woo! Y'all make sure, y'all keep checking on me now, okay? Mama don't want to get over there and get stuck. Y'all be like, we ain't heard from mama in some months. Wait a minute now. Why this thing beeping? Because I had turned it off. Okay. I want to make sure this thing ain't still baking. Huh. I have hit I've canceled it several times. I guess it's just, it can sense that something is in there and stuff like that. If they burn up, y'all, we going to be eating crispy chicken. I'm still eating it. I don't care. But anyway, let me get over here and sit down. Like Grandma said, sit down. Y'all, let's talk. Hey, Nexo. People always take others' ideas and claim to be the original plagiarists, thieves, liars, murderers, and pimps. Where's that coming from, Nexodus? Woo! Hey, Dr. Stoner. Dr. Stoner said, everything you say is so true. It's nice to hear the truth. Oh, that's something that's a dying breed. It's a truth. The truth will be non-existent in the years to come. Okay, Jackie says she's going to send some information to me according to Dan Calloway. Y'all please check out Dan Calloway's information. He got some great information on the net. Left Lane said early Mexicans were black. That's right. Well, to tell you the truth, all over the globe they were midnight black. They had that black porcelain skin. Those were the first. Those were the first people here. Y'all ever seen those people? They had that jet black skin and they had that beautiful hair. The hair is so pretty. I'm talking, when I say pretty, it's full. It's full. It ain't thinned out. It's just full hair. A full head of hair. Okay, goodbye, Christy. I think you probably already gone. Nina said Mobile don't get no credit. Alabama don't get no credit for nothing but inbreeding. That's right. The French were also in Mississippi too. And nobody talks about it. That the French actually owned Mississippi. But y'all look it up for yourself and read it. Okay, thanks, Sekima. Black interfacing on the dolls. Please give me more information about that. Okay, everybody. I'm going to be back later tonight now, okay? Please rate and subscribe. Here comes the rain.